Listen, tattoos, they can be painful, but with that being said, there's certain parts on the body that pain can be really intense. So in today's video, I thought it would be fun to talk about the tattoo pain scale and go over the most painful places on the body to get tattooed. You're gonna wanna make sure you stick around to the end of this video because one of these spots, you might wanna get tattooed. And after watching this video, you might, think twice. Unless you like a good challenge, of course, which some people do. And of course, if this is your first time here, my name's Mike with EvolveINK, and on this channel, we talk all about tattoos. So if you plan on getting tattoos or you just love tattoos in general, be sure to subscribe. It's very much appreciated. All right, coming in hot with number 1 for the most painful place to get a tattoo, and that is the armpit. Ugh. The armpit is just one of those areas that is so sensitive that even, for example, if you were to get a tattoo anywhere remotely close to this area, it's still gonna leave you gripping the tattoo chair. People that got their armpit tattooed describe the feeling as getting a really hot paper cut throughout the slit of your armpit. Or, and I quote, "It feels like my soul left my body." Describing it like that really makes you want to get the armpit tattoo, doesn't it? Oh, and to add to that, the more ticklish you are, the more painful it will be. Like seriously, armpit pain, it's so severe that most tattoo artists will actually advise you to not get a tattoo from there. And if it's coming from a tattoo artist, it must be pretty damn bad. Okay, so number 2 is one of the most popular areas for somebody to get their first tattoo, but that being said, it's also one of the most painful areas, and that is getting a tattoo on your rib cage. Now, the reason why this area of the body is so painful to get tattooed is because typically the skin on your rib cage is really thin and there's not really much fat there to really absorb the impact of the needle. And combining those two things together, you're gonna really wanna bite into something. So think about it like this. If you were to go get a tattoo on your rib cage and while that tattoo is being applied, you're gonna possibly be talking or breathing and stuff like that, which is gonna make the skin stretch. And it's supposed to make the tattoo feeling a lot more intense and a lot more painful. I guess it's kind of the same thing. So just keep that in mind, not to scare you. And this next one is also a pretty popular area for somebody to get their first tattoo, and that is your ankles and your shins. This is one of those spots to where somebody, they didn't get tattooed before, they go to get that first tattoo at this spot, and then it's so unbearably painful that it's like, okay, never getting tattooed again. Listen, you gotta learn to crawl before you walk, and you gotta also go to the more easier spots to get tattooed before going to these more intense spots. At least I think you should. You wanna know what a tattoo feels like before aiming to get a tattoo on those more sensitive or more painful areas. The shin bone and the ankle bone lie just beneath a thin layer of your skin. So while that skin is being tattooed, it's gonna be pretty damn painful, turning you into a sailor and spewing out every forbidden curse word ever created. Nah, but seriously, like this spot is pretty painful and a lot of people compare it to getting your ribs done. So if you have a rib tattoo already, you could kind of know what you're getting yourself into. Next up, for the most painful area for you to get tattooed on your body, according to the tattoo pain chart, is your stomach. People that have stomach tattoos say that there's regular tattoo pain, but then on a whole different level, there's stomach tattoo pain. It's like in a league of its own. Like there is no comparison. I was also reading that people were describing this as it feeling like somebody peeling off your stomach skin while at the same time somebody punching it, knocking the wind out of you. Like when you get a nice right hook in the gut and you keel over, yeah, that. But for hours. And hours, depending on what you're getting, of course. Even though the spot is known to be extremely painful, the level of pain you experience depends on what kind of shape you're in. Like for example, people that have higher body weight tend to have more loose skin around that stomach area than people with lower body weight. So if you are somebody that has tighter skin around that stomach area, you're going to experience less pain, which I thought was pretty interesting when I was doing research to this. So yeah, there's that. Next up on our list for the most painful areas to get tattooed is the inner bicep. And for somebody that has both their inner biceps done, I could definitely vouch for this. Now, it was a pretty lengthy session, but the last time I got this area tattooed, I was squirming in that chair. Now, if you are somebody that has muscular biceps, that can reduce the pain a little bit, but regardless, this area sucks to get tattooed. It's just such a sensitive area, and the worst part about it is when you get this area tattooed, this is painful, but also you get a little bit of a sharp pain in your armpit area, which we talked about earlier, and the armpit sucks as well. And also, of course, a lot has to do with what you are getting. If you're getting something that is like really detailed and there's a lot of work that goes into it and you're in the chair for a lot longer, of course it's gonna hurt more than something if you were just getting like, you know, font work or something like that. And if you're watching this and you have the inner bicep done, you probably, you understand what I'm talking about. And if you do, make sure you comment below. Okay, so next up on our list, they are considered different body parts, but they are known to be equally as painful, and that is the hands, fingers, feet, and toes. Especially in 2021, it seems like everybody wants to get their hands and feet tattooed. But with that being said, they do not know how bad that tattoo sucks to get done. Like, it's painful. Like, seriously, anywhere really on your hands and your feet, you're in for some serious pain. Now, the skin here is really thin, and on top of that, there's a lot of nerve endings that when that tattoo needle goes over it, it could trigger some like really bad feeling, burning sensations. Think about it this way. Our hands and our feet are how we, feel everything in the world. They're really sensitive. And for example, the people that describe getting their hands tattooed say that it's like holding a hot pan that you can't like release. It's just stuck in your hand burning. And that sounds terrifying. And another spot that is considered one of the most painful places to get tattooed on your body is your nipples and your groin area. Not going to go into detail about those, but I'm sure you can use your imagination. And listen, I'm not trying to scare anybody out of getting a tattoo in any of these specific areas. Don't ever let the fear of what a tattoo is going to feel like determine on where you should get it. If you want to get it in any one of these places, just go for it. You'll definitely be much more happier with the tattoo in the long run. I want you to check out this video right here, and if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time, Evolve community.